Alright, so today we are going to talk about thread, glorious thread, different colors, different types of thread, and so many different things to choose from. Now, question is, do you actually need so much thread? And are all threads the same? And how do you choose thread when you go and buy threads? Alright, I'm gonna answer all of that, but bear in mind, okay, this first and foremost, I gotta put it out there, right? This right here is my baby, okay? But I also have to tell you that it's excessive because, okay, I'm running a brand. So I kind of want to make sure that a lot of the thread matches the fabric as much as possible because we do couture apparels as well. But, okay, the number one thing I'm going to tell you is that you don't need so many threads, okay? Why? Because we kind of work with a lot of different types of fabrics, and most of the time I want to match the thread colors to the fabrics because that looks a lot more professional, it looks a lot neater, but that is my personal preference as a sewist, okay? Now, if it's not something that you feel is very, very important, okay, then you don't have to, of course, invest in so much because there are a lot of different things going on here, right? And it takes up a lot of space to actually store these threads. And even this thread spool board took me a really long time to actually come up with and spend a lot of money doing it. Okay, so now let's talk about the different types of threads now that we talked about the colors. Okay, so like I said, if you're not particular about matching colors to the fabrics, I think it's perfectly fine to perhaps just have black, white, blue, red, nude, pink, just the general colors. I think it's perfectly fine. And then of course, if you have space, go ahead to get more. All right, so just basic colors, I think good enough. You don't have to have all these excessive things here because over here at Free Movement we are all out, man. All out. Okay, now the other thing is, what types of threads do we use and what types of threads are there? Okay, now it really depends. Like if I'm going to show you over here, okay, we have different machines over here. All right, I'll show you. Okay, so I've got the Singer Heavy Duty here. I have the Baby Lock over here. Yep, the Baby Lock and Lighten over here. So that's a serger. And then I have the Husqvarna Husky Lock. And then we have this is which one? Oh yes, this is the Singer Serger. And then we have Husqvarna Viking E10. And then we have the Singer Stylist. And then we have a Tiger. Okay, so why am I telling you the machines that I have? Because that affects the kind of thread that you're going to choose. Okay, why? The threads that the overlockers, the sergers can use are very different from regular sewing machines, okay? So let me show you. So if you can see this particular one over here, you can see how fluffy it is, right? As compared to, let's say, a regular thread. Let me choose a color that can be seen better. So here. As compared to a regular thread, okay, I'm going to compare both together, okay? So you can actually see the difference. Now, this one over here, the fluffy one, you can only use it with a serger, or some people call it overlocker, okay? This one over here, the regular thread, regular polyester thread, you're going to use this for sergers, overlockers, and all other sewing machines, okay? So why am I telling you this first, okay? For the fluffy one, it's called woolly nylon, okay? Just so in case you want to know the actual name. So if you go to a sewing supply shop, all right, you ask for woolly nylons, it's definitely going to be for sergers, overlockers, and stuff like that, okay? You cannot use that for regular sewing machines, all right? So in that sense, if you think about it, you actually mainly need to only invest in the polyester threads, polyester cotton threads. And even for polyester cotton threads, for sergers and overlockers, you don't actually have to use woolly nylon. You could use all 3, all 4, all 5 threads that are all just polyester threads or polyester cotton threads, depending on whatever that, you want to use, okay? Bear in mind, these are all big spools here. We've got a small spools as well. You know what? Let me show you because we have a million sewing machines and even more thread. So you could use like small spools of thread like that as well. You know, you don't have to get like big spools of thread, like, you know, can I put that back in later? Okay, you don't have to use like really big spools like that. Okay, this is just because mainly our run through rate is actually a little bit higher, so that's why we use the big spools. Okay, now if you use the big spools, you need a spool holder as well. So spool holder looks like that. All right, because it's not going to fit on top of the sewing machine here. Okay, so that being said, in terms of woolly nylon and polyester cotton threads, you mainly only need to get polyester cotton threads lah. But because I generally think that with woolly nylon, it actually fills the serge sides better and also gives more stretch to the fabric. So personally, I would prefer to use woolly nylon. But if you have a serger or overlocker, it's definitely good enough because that already provides stretch. Okay, so main thing is stretch. All right. Of course, when it comes to buying threads, okay, try not to buy threads that are too thick. When it's too thick, sometimes for certain machines, especially if it's more budget friendly machine, I would say, it doesn't actually run the threads too well. All right, so try and choose a good quality thread, or if you're choosing thread and you're not sure which ones, okay, just try to choose a thread that's not too thick. All right, so the thickness of the thread actually makes a lot of a difference. Okay, so I hope that helps you in choosing the kind of threads that you want to use, because it first and foremost depends on what machines you have and what you want to use it for. Okay, the other thing to then decide is what colors you want to have and how, well, basically how anal you are in matching the thread colors to the fabrics, because I can tell you, even with this much thread, it doesn't match all of the fabric colors that we have. Okay, so sometimes it just still drives me crazy and still get like small spools of threads. But anyway, you don't need so many threads lah. Okay, get the basic colors, start small. Trust me, as you're sewing, you'll slowly start to accumulate, which is perfectly fine, and it's fun because, you know, that's why I've got so many things. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, but welcome to Free Movement Sewing. I hope you enjoyed this very quick go through over here regarding threads. Okay, if you found it useful, please like and subscribe. It will mean so much to us, and I hope to see you again very soon. Let me know down below if you have any questions, okay, about threads or about anything sewing really, and I'll definitely get back to you. Remember, mastering stretch fabrics means that it's easy for you to sew any other fabrics, so you can do this. Okay, we're here to guide you. We are here with our online course and our online school. Definitely see you soon. Like and subscribe. Bye.